everyone. Welcome to EdTech Wednesday. Today's session is Smart Questioning using Google Gemini to build DOK questions. My name is Maribel Martinez, alongside Mr. David Villarreal. We are your secondary integration technology specialists. In today's session, we'll be crafting questions that push students into strategic and extended thinking, which is key when mastering those TEKS and standards. Remember to keep your mic muted, register through the PD system, and drop questions in the chat. Today's remote check-in is PSJ Tech. Mr. Villarreal will go ahead and provide that PD session number in the chat. I go into Google Gemini. I always like to go through my apps, and here in my apps, I go through Google Classroom. Within Google Classroom, you'll see the Gemini icon with a little blue dot. I click on that. And the beauty of Google AI, Google Gemini, is that it has already created some, it has already some tools with prompts, and you don't necessarily have to type out the prompt. It'll guide you through a series of questions. But like I said earlier, I front-loaded that prompt so that you could see what it should look like, the kind of things that we should be asking when creating questions. So I'm going to click on create DOK questions on a topic. And this is like a special button, not necessarily a gem, but a button that is always going to have the same language in here. There's a little pencil here. There's a copy button or the edit. If you click on the pencil, it'll tell you what the prompting within that button looks like. You're asking the AI to take the role and the task of an expert academic content creator who has specific training of DOK. Your task is to help me create a set of questions aligned to each of the 4 DOK levels to use in a class discourse as an assessment for a student assignment and some combination. So in a nutshell, all of this right here is what I showed you in the previous slide, where I was talking about the teacher prompt. Okay, so the last one here is very important. Iterate until it's right. It's going to take you through a series of questions, and you'll know that you're going in the right path through your questioning and your outcomes. And if it's not what you need, then you go ahead and tell AI what to do for you. It starts off by telling you, hi, I'm here to help you get started on a set of questions aligned to the 4 DOK levels. Okay, to start, can you tell me a little bit about how you plan to use these questions? Okay, so if you want to be short and concise, I would already tell it exactly what I want. Okay, so here I'm going to say create 3 level DOK, level 3 DOK questions and 3 level 4 DOK questions. Using the story The Volcano Lady, for my 6th grade student. Use the TEKS standards 5G and 6C. Okay, so I already gave it, I want 3 level, 3 DOK questions and 3 4 DOK questions, right? Level 4. I'm using the title of the passage, and I'm telling it that it's my 6th grade students, and I wanted to use the TEKS Also, I want to say I have a diverse class with emergent bilinguals and special pops. I want my students to provide text evidence. So let's see what it gives us. And if it's not what we need, we can still iterate so that we can get the right outcome. It takes a few, not a couple of minutes, the most, but it shouldn't take that long. Okay. Again, it's gonna have that collaboration with you. It's gonna keep asking you questions to get to the right process. This is a perfect request. What key informational text features? Oh, I didn't include it. Okay, I forgot. So let me go ahead and include the story. Maybe that's why it was taking so long to read it. The story, it's asking if the story has extra features. No. So I'm going to say just use the story. Remember I said that I wanted them labeled. So these are my level 3, strategic thinking. Analyze how this structural choice supports the author's overall message. Use at least 2 pieces of text evidence to support your analysis. Based on the entire article, what argument is the author making about the relationship between a person's passion and the risks they are willing to take? Cite evidence. And these are my DOK level 4. And these are going to be the ones where students actually create something. I want to go back to level 3 because I feel that these are still not at the level that all my students can use. I would still want it to be not easy, but where it has enough rigor for my emergent bilinguals. So I'm gonna go back and iterate for DOK level 3 to make it a little bit more either student friendly or just change it up for my emergent bilinguals. So I'm gonna say for the DOK Level 3, strategic thinking questions. Provide same concepts, but make them for my emergent bilinguals. Okay, so now it says identify the feeling. The author begins the article with high action, dangerous story. The author's main message is that Donna is passionate about her important and dangerous job, but part B is asking them to analyze. How does the choice help the reader understand the main message? Okay, so I like this because it's still asking the students to look for the risks and the rewards. They still have to provide that evidence. It's kind of helping them, but at the same time, they will be able to go into, it's a part A, part B type of question. They still need to look for that evidence. Okay, so you can work with this. If you know, I'm not going to go through each and everything, but this is what you'll see. This is the kind of conversation the AI will have with you in order to get the outcome that you need. So just keep questioning and until you get to the type of questions that you want. Like I said, you can always turn these into a choice board, especially the level 4, the DOK level 4, the extended thinking. So I'm going to take you through another tool, and we're going to use the build a choice board right here. I'm going to say 6th grade, topic, Donna Omer, 6th grade. Using the TEACS 5G and 6C with textual evidence. That it'll generate the objectives, vet them to see if this is what you're going to need. Students will be able to analyze the author's use of language, overall meaning, the volcano lady, make complex inferences and text and synthesize textual evidence. That's what I needed that's what I need for my students to do to justify their answers to higher level questions. Remember, this is DOK-4. And you know what? I'm going to take out level 3. This is just for level 4. Generate. And this is what the choice board would look like. I'm just going to vet it to make sure that the evidence part is there. And on here in this yellow box, I'm looking for the word evidence. Okay, this one doesn't have it. You can leave it there or go back and change it. But here in this blue box, down where it says level question response, the last sentence, underline or highlight the textual evidence used. So my students do need to provide that evidence. So you can always go back, and if this is not the outcome you like, here on the title, you expand the details to regenerate or edit. I'm going to click this expand arrow, and here is where I would go and edit any details here. If it's not what I like, you can change anything there, and you generate it again. Then from here, you can go ahead and export to a class, add it to your Google Classroom, and you would go through the process of assigning it. It would be an assignment, confirm, and it's ready for your students to, you just fill out the information, the title and the instructions, and set it as an assignment to your Google Classroom. Okay, so that's the way to process your prompting through Google Gemini. Like I said, you can use you can use ChatGPT, any AI of your choice, but always make sure that you follow this type of prompt. Okay, and that is all for today.